All right, happy Friday, guys. Welcome to Survive to Thrive. Today is script and role play day, and we are going to play Stump the Coach. So raise your digital hand. I'm going to get through these as quickly as we can, and I'll call on you in order of the hands popping up on my screen, which I've got 3 so far, and we'll get started. Now, one of the things I'm going to do, because I'm assuming that you're going to hit me with an objection I haven't heard, which is good. And I'll walk you through how I respond to objections. I won't just respond. All right. Yulia, talk to us. And I hope I said your name right. All right. I'm going to go to Bob because I'm guessing Yulia might be looking for the unmute button. So Bob, talk to me.
Yeah, John, you've probably heard this before, but I just heard it for the first time for a new listing that we just got, which is a win. I'm not going to pay the buyer's agent.
All right, so you're taking a listing and the listing and the seller says, I'm not paying the buyer's agent, right?
That's right. He can pay his own fee.
Cool. You ready to get started?
Yeah.
All right, so there's one response. I mean, you want to get the listing, right?
I did.
Okay. When is it most important to negotiate? And I'm not saying it's not important at the time you're taking the listing, guys. I think this is an important conversation. But if I've got somebody taking a hard line, right? We've already had back and forth conversation, correct, Bob? And they're telling me I'm not going to pay the buyer's agent. Then when we have an offer on the property, can that buyer's agent still ask for commission to be paid by the seller?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Can you still negotiate the commission being paid to the buyer's agent from the seller at the time that an offer is being made? The answer is yes.
Yes.
So, Bob, I completely understand you don't want to pay the buyer's agent. And other than that, are we ready to get going?
Well, I'm also not paying the title fee because when I purchased, I had to pay my own title fee. The seller's title. Okay, he just sold a property. That's what it was. He sold a property and the buyer paid all the attorney fees, but they're shared in Maryland.
Yeah, you're asking me, and I've got my transaction coordinator wife standing here looking at me, which is making me really nervous, guys, because she's going to jump in with the legal answer. Okay.
I want to hear the scenario.
I'm going to come back to you. Okay. Don, you're up.
All right. Hey, John, you know what? There's an agent in the subdivision, and she's listing houses. She knows when the school bell rings. She knows she's on the PTA. She's just really dug in deep like a tick with the way this neighborhood runs. Why would we go with you instead of her?
Yeah, so you're looking at hiring the neighborhood expert. Is that correct, Sean?
Well, you know, we're thinking about it. Yeah.
I get it.
We brought you in, but she's a consideration.
Yeah, I understand. So other than wanting to hire this agent or possibly hire this agent who knows more about your neighborhood, is there anything else stopping us from working together today?
No, not right now. I reserve the right to add to this later, but now we can't think of anything.
All right. Thank you for the legal response, by the way. And you don't owe them anything. You certainly don't owe me anything, but you do owe yourself the opportunity to hire the best agent for the job. Wouldn't you agree? And
I agree.
If you hire the neighborhood expert, more than likely they're selling a lot of homes in your neighborhood. They might even have other properties for sale right now. And they may not be as motivated to sell your home as they are another property in the neighborhood that's been on the market longer. And they win regardless of which property they sell, which means they're not 100% motivated to get your home sold. Now, when you hire me, Your listing is the only listing I have in the neighborhood. I am more motivated to get your home sold because the only way I win is when your home sells. And if I were hiring somebody to sell my home, I would rather hire somebody who's working hard to become the neighborhood expert versus somebody who's already the neighborhood expert. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Okay, let's get started. Lauren, you're up.
So with my situation, it's seller not quite ready to list yet, wanting to make sure that there is another home out there that is affordable for them. Their mortgage is becoming too expensive for them. Main reason is their taxes in their area, but they want to stay in the same neighborhood. So
They're not quite, okay, let me just recap here real quick so I understand it. So they're not quite ready to put their home on the market yet, correct?
correct, because they want to find another home in the exact same neighborhood that's going to fit their price range, their monthly budget.
Okay, so they want to find a home in the same neighborhood that's going to fit their criteria, right? All right, so we're going back to, and the home is causing financial stress, I heard, right? Okay, good. So we're going back to the listing presentation with, whenever I meet with a potential seller, one of three things typically happens. One of those will happen today, remember? And the third thing that occasionally happens is I may choose to turn down the opportunity. And the reason is, if I feel a seller has a goal or an expectation that's unrealistic, I'd rather turn the opportunity down today than let you down 6 months from now. I'm saying it really fast, guys, because I want to get through these. That's not how I would say it in real life. Now, Lauren, what I'm hearing is you don't want to put your home on the market until you find the property you want to purchase. Is that correct?
Yes, because I want to make sure that I can afford it.
You want to make sure you can afford it. I understand. And you want to find a home in your neighborhood. Is that correct as well?
Yes, I really love my neighborhood. I love everything that it offers. So I really want to stay in this same neighborhood. I'm fine with downgrading. I'm fine with the smaller square footage, but I still need the extra bedroom space as well.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, how long can you go without finding the right property that's going to save money, going to give you more affordability? How long can you go at your current rate without finding that property?
I'm writing that down. I didn't ask that question.
What's your holding costs? If you took your holding cost and you multiplied it by 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, it's 6 months from now. Let's just say your holding cost is $3,000 a month, and you've spent $18,000 in the next 6 months not to sell your home. And you find out that your home is worth less 6 months from now than it is today. Is it more affordable or is it less affordable at that time? And if you had a crystal ball and you knew that was going to be the case, would selling your home be the priority, or would finding the next home be the priority? If you had to move twice in order to get the most amount of money for your home today and reduce your monthly cost and wait until you find the right property to move into later, would the benefit of lowering those monthly costs be worth the pain of moving twice?
Those are all good questions.
Okay. Michelle, talk to me.
Okay, so we're pricing the house, and I just want to make sure that I don't leave money on the table, and the price that you're suggesting is, it feels really low. So shouldn't we price the house? And you can't use the water line one because I'm really solid on that one, John. But the market's kind of strange, and I want to make sure that we don't leave money on the table. We got to price it where, there's a little bit of room.
You don't want me to use fish out of the water? Or
No,
bait
I'm
water?
good with that one. No, yeah, you can't put your bait above the water line. I can usually shut them down with that, but I have some stubborn ones right now.
All right, so you want a price for negotiation, is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that, you told me I need there might be a buyer's agent and I have all these other fees, and I got to make sure that, that we don't reduce from, start at a low price and reduce from there. I can't.
I understand. So tell me what the price looks like that you want to get.
I need to walk away with $800,000.
Got it. All right, so when you price for negotiation, negotiation is what you get. I would rather see you price the property at the point where you would sell your home and then dig in and hold to that price, reject everything else that comes other than the right price, than not getting any offers. So just out of curiosity, Michelle, if we had an offer on your home for $775, what would you do?
I would not sign that offer.
You would not sign that offer. Totally get it. Okay. Where does your heart stop? At what point are you not selling your home?
$795.
Okay, so $795,000. You're selling. Anything lower than that, you're staying in your home. Remind me where you're going when your home sells.
I'm going to Costa Rica.
Really? Wow. What's in Costa
Forever.
Rica?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So what's in Costa Rica?
I think we had a little pause there.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I can. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what's in Costa Rica?
Not American, like, drama and economy and politics. Just want that easy Pura Vida situation.
Totally understand. All right. Michelle, off role play for a moment. What's this house worth?
This house is worth
What's it going to sell for?
$760
$760
to $825.
All right. In your opinion, remember we're not role playing right now, guys.
Yeah.
Remember, you have to beat the competition in order to sell. Okay. In your opinion, where does this property need to be priced in order to sell?
$765.
Right. $765,000. So when we do supply and demand, and we're looking 750 to 800,000 at 765, we're going to be the shining star. We're going to get an offer and we're going to sell. Is that correct? I'm still not role playing. Is that correct?
That's correct. But if I think it's going to sell, if I think it's worth 765, then I would tell them that they need to price at 750 to be on the bridge and have the best visibility.
Right. Okay. So back to role play. So Michelle, if you don't get $795,000, you're not selling your home, correct?
Yeah. I mean, that's the amount of money we need for that.
I understand.
For our dreams to come true.
Yeah. And the dream is to get to Costa Rica, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if the market says no to 795, what's plan B?
I mean, I guess we just stay here.
Okay.
I don't want to do that though.
Don't want to do that. So what are you more motivated by? 795,000 or getting to Costa Rica?
I guess it's getting to Costa Rica. It's definitely getting to Costa Rica, but we can't afford it at a certain point. So I'm worried about people just trying to, bid us down.
Yeah, I get it. And in order for somebody to bid you down, you need to get an offer first. And in a market like we have right now, you're not going to get an offer unless you're the shining star. So the first job is to make sure that your home is priced in order to beat the competition. Here's my concern for you, Michelle. My concern for you is not that you're going to get less money for your home than you want. My concern is you and I are going to be having the same conversation 6 months from now, and it might even be less then. I mean, if you had a crystal ball and you knew that the value of your home was dropping, and 6 months from now, a year from now, it's not 765, maybe it's 725. Would you still wait?
No, I think I'd be worried about the market downturn and that momentum, that downward momentum. So I would probably feel pretty anxious.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. Now, my job as a real estate agent is to make an observation and then make a forecast based on what I see. And as we get more inventory, we have more sellers that are competing for buyers. And when sellers are competing for buyers, the only way they win that competition is by dropping their price. And there's going to be other sellers out there in the same price range as you are that are more motivated than you. And they're going to drop their price in order to win that competition. And whenever they do that, it's going to bring the value of your home down. The last time this happened was 2008, and prices dropped by almost 50% between 2008 and 2012. And it was 2016 before the values got back to where they were in 2008. And if this time is like that time, you might be 8 years away from your home being worth exactly what it is today.
All right, well, let's just do whatever you want to do, because you had me at price it for negotiation. I thought that was like the most genius one-liner that I can't wait to use.
Okay, good. All right.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Okay, Jacqueline, you're up.
Okay, so these are the buyers coming in town this weekend. Now they're 3 to 4 million. Last night I got an email from them. They're both engineer executives. After sending the buyer's rep agreement over, and they talk about, they specifically understand, why they want to work with me and my expertise and everything. And they say, although we believe an agent with your experience commands a premium, we do not see 3% as appropriate given the anticipated size of the transaction and the current market conditions. We respectfully request a reduction in buyer's agent commission from 3 to 2%, provided we have an executed contract within 4 days. 45 days. If it's more, they'll go up to 2.5% after 45. And they can use their relocation company and get that money back. So they negotiated me really well. I agree with them, kind of, I'm like, I don't want to lose these guys. If it's a $4 million house, I still make $80,000. But I thought it might be a good conversation to have anyway. I may not always feel that way.
Yeah, so I'm going to handle this because I agree with you. I'm sitting here listening to you thinking, just sign the agreement, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to have a conversation with you for everybody else here that would be applicable for this kind of conversation, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Jacqueline, you'd like for me to reduce my fee from 3% to 2%, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. If I agree to that, are you ready to hire me today?
Yes.
Okay, so here's how I work. When we have an offer on your home, when I write, you're a buyer, right? When I write an offer for you, if I need to give up money in order to make the deal work, I will, because I'm a deal maker, not a deal breaker. However, on average, I'm getting my buyers into the properties that they're buying at an average of 92%. Use whatever number your number is, okay? I'm getting my buyers into contracts at an average of 92% of the asking price. The average real estate agent is getting about 94%. So on average, I'm actually saving you 2%, which is more than the 1% you're asking for.
Okay. I don't know where to go with that, other than I still want the money. I want you to negotiate 3%. I want to take 1%, and you can have your 2%.
Totally understand that. And so again, this is up to you guys, okay? You can absolutely just agree to it and sign the agreement, or you can stand up for your commission, all right? So for this role play, I'm going to encourage you to stand up for your commission, right?
Yeah.
So Jacqueline, I shared with you earlier that, one of the things that typically happen when I meet with a client is if they have a goal or an expectation that can't be met, I would rather turn down the opportunity than let you down today. And quite honestly, price only matters in the absence of value. And I know the value that I bring, and my fee is 3%. And if it is a deal killer for you. I get it. I'm just not the right agent for you.
Okay, I will sign your paperwork. But I feel like what's tearing me a little bit here is they keep going back and forth about they were hiring me because they believe in my negotiation skills. And
Yeah.
then right off the bat, I'm going to give a 1%.
There it is. And so, Michelle, how do you turn that into a script? You know, the good news for you is I'm a great negotiator. You see, if I was a mediocre realtor with poor negotiating skills, I'd give away my money that quickly. Money that I use to support my family. But the good news for you is I'm a really good negotiator. My fee is 3%. And when we have an offer, if I need to give up money in order to make the deal work, I will.
Yeah, they strategize really well on me. That, I mean, if I can get this done in 45 days, why wouldn't I do it for 60, 70, $80,000? I mean, so, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Sean, I'm coming back to you. So I feel like the question you asked me was more of a legal question than a stump the coach role play question. So I'm going to take another run at it though, because I don't like to fail. And I feel like I failed with you. So bring it to me again.
I think that might have been me, John, with the title fees.
Oh, it was Bob.
Yeah.
Bob, bring it again.
Yeah. So I'm not going to pay any closing fees to the title attorney, and I'm not paying a buyer's agent.
Got it. Okay, so you want the buyer to pay all the closing costs, and you're not paying any money to the buyer's agent. Is that correct?
That's right.
All right. So you're looking for a buyer out of all the buyers that are out there. You're looking for a buyer that wants to pay closing costs for the seller and wants to pay the agent's commission. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's right.
Okay. And we're in a pretty competitive market, right?
That's what you tell me.
Well, I think I showed you that there are currently 24 homes on the market in your price range. There's 4 selling every 30 days. So in order for you to sell your home, you got to be one of the 4. Now, you're limiting your pool of buyers by saying, I want a buyer who feels the need to pay my closing costs, and I want a buyer who's willing to pay their agent.
Right.
Which makes it harder for you to be one of the 4 that is going to sell in the next 30 days.
I see.
Just out of curiosity, what's your monthly holding costs? Mortgage, taxes, insurance, HOA fees?
Well, we're just paying HOA and taxes, insurance. As you know, we pay cash for the house when we bought it.
Okay. So roughly, how much a month?
Oh, $800.
Okay. You can make up a number. It's got to be more than that, but okay. Unless we're talking like a $200,000 home and with HOA fees of $50 or something.
$1,500.
All right. So 6 months from now, you've paid $9,000 in holding costs. How much you stand to gain by not paying closing costs?
I guess I could lose, couldn't I?
Well, possibly. That's what I'm asking you. Is your holding costs greater or are the closing costs greater? What if not paying closing costs and not paying the buyer's agent causes your home to sit on the market for another 6 months? Not only do you have 6 months of holding costs, if we're in a market where values are going down and you knew that the value of your home was going to drop $5,000, $10,000 in the next 6 months, would you make the same decision?
No, I wouldn't want to be in that boat.
Okay, I could go longer on this, guys, but I'm not going to because it's 9:33. But I would just park on pain here, and I would just keep hammering you, Bob, with one painful question after another until you made a new decision based on new information.
It's good, John. Thanks.
Okay.
John, can I add just one quick thing? Because
Please do.
Diller wrote something in the text thread that I thought was awesome for my particular situation. I think I can respond back to them and say, while you're asking me to invest 100% of my skills, I am willing to do this for 2% for 45 days. I mean, at least it says that I'm negotiating back again. Thanks, Diller. Wasn't that good?
Say hi, Diller. Say hi to everybody.
Where's the Diller?
She may have had to leave.
Okay, that was good though. It helped.
She'll say hi on Monday.
All right. Who's
When there is an issue with it, that once you have a buyer broker, you'll have to sign a brand new one to elevate your professional fee above what you set it at, because you can always reduce your fee as time goes on. But the legalities in Texas, I know in Virginia, I cannot increase my fee as time goes on. I can decrease it, but I cannot increase it.
Can I put it in special provisions?
Check with your broker.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for bringing that up there, Jeff.
That's a compliance thing, but I believe part of the settlement agreement was it's here because I asked the question of if I'm working with a cash buyer, if I'm doing this and I'm doing this, and it's a tiered system, they said absolutely not.
Okay.
You must, here it is, and you can reduce it, but you can't go up. So you would have to do a second one. So you'd have to renegotiate a whole new buyer broker agreement afterwards.
Okay. Thank you. That's helpful.
All right. Guys, I hope you got value today. Make it a great weekend. Look forward to seeing everybody on Monday. If you liked this, let me know. We'll do it again. The one thing I would ask you guys is keep it objections and overcoming objections. Less legal talk. I'll get my wife in here and she can talk to you. She'd be really, really good at that. It's not really my niche. So just saying. All right. Make it a great day, everybody.
Thank you, John.
All right.
Thank you, John.
All right.
Happy weekend,
Go
everyone.
out, find the positives. See you next week.
All right. Go get them, everybody.
Thank you.